Great. Happy Monday. Here we are doing a Feng Shui consultation for Ashlee and Chris, the 29th of January, 2024. So let's begin with just do a little ringing of the bells and just relax and breathe. And let's imagine that we're all gathered here together, sitting in a very sacred place known as the Ming Tong or the Bright Hall, just welcoming all of the positive, inspirational chi energies into our sacred space. And let's begin by ringing the bells 3 times. Okay, so let's gently come back, and here we are together. You can open your eyes. And so, I did a little diagrams, and I'll do a screen share so you see what I've done. Just so I'll do screen share and put on here. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to show is, oops, I gotta bring this down. So here is the first thing that I did. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the floor plan that you sent to me, and I put a little template of energy over it. And have you ever heard about this Bagua template?
Yes.
Okay, so essentially, here's can you see my cursor move around?
Yes.
Good, great. So here's the entry. So this is the entry of chi coming into the front part of your house. And from this template, this Bagua template, I just put like circles of energy, just representing the different aspects of the energy of your space. So so when we enter your home, it's in the knowledge corner. And then there's the career side. And actually, we're sitting in your office, Ashlee. This is known as a helpful people travel energy. And then where Chris's office is in the relationship corner. You see a little heart, I have the relationships. And between that is the future or creativity. The center of your home is the health. That's the living room. And also that's your bedroom, which is upstairs on the 2nd floor. The fame side is associated with your loggia. The wealth and power corner is essentially in your kitchen area, in the little breakfast room area. The family side is like in the dining room area. And so I'm just kind of giving just an overview of that perspective of energy. Now, let me go to the next thing that I did. What I did, I took your birth dates. And so here, Ashlee, you're the 28th of September, 1984. And this is a system known as the 9-star key. And the 9-star key is essentially a numerical system, so to speak, which is associated with the 5 elements. So let me talk about the 5 elements. In Chinese thinking, the world is a balance of nature's energy. And the Chinese see it as a combination of fire, earth, metal, water, and wood energies. And they have a certain relationship with each other. So the wood energy enhances the fire energy. You fuel the fire with wood. Then the fire creates ashes. I think that creates the earth energy. And over time, the earth gets harder, really hard into metal energy. So it's metal energy. And then there's a transformation from metal into water energy. And water energy fuels the wood energy. So you obviously water your plants and that enhances their chi energy. So this cycle is what is known as a constructive cycle, or I call it an enhancing cycle. It's very interesting, the words that we choose. Now, there's also another cycle, which is where the water can put out the fire. So you see the arrow putting out the fire. The fire can melt the metal. So I always use the 9/11 event, unfortunately, but the fire melted the metal energy. The metal actually can chop down the wood, like the axe chopping down the wood, and then the wood kind of breaks apart the earth, like the roots breaking apart the earth, and then the earth kind of muddies up the water. So this cycle is known as a destructive cycle, but I prefer to call it a balancing cycle. And essentially what we want to do is to harmonize all of it together. And it's a dynamic cycle too. So essentially by taking your birth dates, so let me start with you. So Ashlee, you're 1984. So I'm just using the year. So here's 1984. So here's 10 and 12. 8 and 4 is a 12. 1 and 9 is a 10. I add these numbers together. It's a 22. 2 and 2 is a 4. Then there's a factor of 11. It's just something in the system. So you could do it for anybody, any year, but the factor of 11, so you take 11 minus 4, you are a 7 metal energy. So that's what this diagram is, the 9-star key. So you are a 7 metal energy. So when we do Chris, you're 1968, and I do the same system, 10 and 14 is 24, 2 and 4 is a 6, 11 minus 6. You are a 5 earth energy, Chris. So you are you're the only energy that's in the center of the square. So in the center, so now let me talk about the 9-star key. This 9-star key is actually kind of also known as the magic square. So if you add the numbers in any direction, they all add up to 15. But each of these numbers also represent a different quality of energy. So number 1 is associated with water energy. 2, 5, and 8 is associated with earth energy. 2 is more of a soft earth energy. 5 is a medium earth energy, and 8 is like a really hard earth energy, like the mountain. And then 3 and 4 is associated with wood energy, and 3 is associated with soft energy, and 5 is more like hard energy. So think of 3 as like spring chi energy, and 4 is kind of like, the pine trees, evergreen tree energy. And then 9 is a fire energy. And then we have qualities of 6 and 7 metals. 6 is known as really hard metal. It's the father energy. 7 is more creative. This is like the soft energy. And actually, the other thing that I also shared with you by email, hold on a second, let me find it for you. Oh yeah, here it is. Oops. So I sent this to you by email. So here you can really see the relationship of the Bagua, the 9-star key, also known as the Loshu square, and the 5 elements. And here it kind of gives you a little description about all the different qualities that were here. But the reason why I show you these relationships is because by doing the 9-star key, then you put the numbers associated with the Bagua. And so 2 is the sort of marriage relationship commitment corner. So now this is kind of interesting. When I think of marriage relationship commitment corner, I think of female energy. This is the mother energy. And then when I think about the helpful people travel corner, which is the number 6 position, this is, I think of the father energy. This is the male energy. And then, of course, and then there's all these other quarters energies. But anyway, so now I'm going to go back to, and the reason why I mentioned that, now I'm going to go back to the floor plan, because as you were walking around the house, I said, oh, so here we are literally sitting right now in the helpful people travel area, which is Ashlee's office. And then I said, oh, here is Chris's office in the marriage relationship commitment corner in where the loggia is. And then knowing the fact that Ashlee, you have 51% of your business. And here's Chris, of course, he's kind of stepped back a little bit. But would you be open to switching your offices? So that's a first impression that I got about you. And I think one of my understanding, you really want to enhance the prosperity of your business. And here, from a Feng Shui perspective, these two corners is that actually there are three strong corners. It's the wealth and power corner, there's a relationship corner, and the helpful people travel corner. And so I said, oh, that's my first impression is like, oh, maybe we need to put you, Ashlee, in the relationship corner. So then you have, and now this is also interesting. You are a metal energy, a 7 metal energy. And actually, Earth, if you look on the 5 elements, Earth, let me go back over here. Earth enhances metal energy. And if we go in the middle, and then what is in the Earth energy? This is associated with Earth energy, and you're a metal. So this Earth energy will be very enhancing your chi for, talk about you're in the pilot seat, so to speak. And also, I don't know why, but I feel that there might be more. And also you are a 7 metal energy, Ashlee. 7 metal associated you're like the child. You are the future. You are the creative, you're the creative part of the team on one perspective. And then by putting you over here, then you get to really feel the chi energy of your home. I think one of the reasons why you bought this home, in my opinion, is having this beautiful backyard with the pool. And then I'm sitting with you. I know it's kind of dark, but I'm like, oh, talk about you're sitting in this room over here. I said, oh, it'd be so much nicer, Ashlee, if you had this room over here and really enjoy your home here or working, in your home, but to really be part of that. And then you're also kind of like in the control position, but energetically. Now, Chris, we're male, and this is helpful people travel. Is associated with the father figure. It's the male energy figure. So that was, I don't know, I'm just throwing this out. And that's my thought at the moment. I don't know, maybe I just like blew your minds or something.
I don't like that energy in that room for me. I feel like, look, the reality is, even though I have 1% or 2% more of the business than he does, he's just as much in the driver's seat.
Right. I understand.
As a matter of fact, Chris, I am really the navigator. I read directions and he drives. That's the way we do things. Like I don't like driving. If we're going to go over the edge, Chris jumps first and then I tell him how deep it's going to be before we hit the ground or we hit the water or whatever. So, it's an interesting captain's perspective that we have.
Okay.
I definitely have the father energy much more than he does. Chris is no interest whatsoever in that type of vibe in our house.
Right.
Like, I'm the one that I pay the bills, I raise the kids, I take care of the hammer and the nails of the house, which is very father traditionally. And Chris doesn't do that. So I'm very much like you're
the male energy.
Yeah, and I need to see out of the front of the house because I'm captaining the ship. I need to see who's coming in and out of properties. Chris can be more on the back of the boat. You know, he's more of the back of the bow guy. You know, he's looking
Okay.
over, he's catching the breeze, he's making sure the ship stays steady. So
Okay.
when I
Okay, well,
read
then we'll
his
just leave it
energy, I
alone
feel like
then.
we're just in like these great positions of like really like what we do and the way we field energy. Like
Right.
Chris is like, you know, I'm a little bit more of like the, you know, bouncing butterfly thing, and he's like stinging like a bee. Like when we shadow box, we're very
Got it.
much like I'm butterfly, and everything think they see us, they come, they're like, oh, look at the pretty butterfly. And then he's the shadow boxer that's stinging like a bee for us in the back. So, you know,
Okay.
I don't want to shift up that. Like when I see us energetically, like I know our boxing dance, and
Okay.
we have mastered this boxing dance, and like the butterfly and the bee enter the ring without even knowing or giving a crap who the opponent is, because we both have our skill sets. We don't even need to verbally communicate because we're boxing in this vibe. I see it so energetically. So
Right.
that's
Okay.
kind of my piece. And I know the way that the earth and the metal, you know, operate. And I know that me and him,
Right.
I know like my metal it's not traditionally feminine. You know, the way that that metal energy shows up is very masculine. You know, thank goodness I look feminine, because my energy is anything but such.
Got it.
So it can be confusing, you know. So
Oh, no, I don't think it is confusing whatsoever. Okay. Nope. I think it's very clear. So we're not going to change rooms. Let me put it that way. You are in the proper rooms, or maybe I could also say you already intuited when you moved into this
yeah,
home.
and I'll also tell you, like from a financial perspective, whatever so Chris is, you know, he's 55, I'm 39.
Right.
He is in a position where his relationships should begin to completely pay off. Every energy
Mhm.
field hand he shook, every hug he gave,
Right.
this energy should be coming around full circle. So when I heard relationships, I was like, man, everything that is about what I can see in the short game of life will be based on relationships that um come through his sowing and reaping of his garden at this stage. And if they don't, he doesn't capitalize on that, he's gonna need to make some fresh relationships.
Right.
And
Right.
so that helpful energy that I come from the front, I've been noticing in this energy field that a lot of fresh relationships have been coming through mine and his energy fields together, which is the first time I've seen that like ever since we've been together. So that's my 2 cents on that, RD. I mean, if you think that we need to switch, we will switch. Or I'm not even going to work from an office full stop, because I'm not going to work in that backspace. I don't like that energy back there. I don't like it.
No, I think that's, well, also you're sharing very important and, information that you don't feel comfortable in that space. So I think, we keep it as is. I'm not going to, I'm not,
Can I ask you on the second floor?
Show me the second floor.
Obviously,
Go ahead.
so obviously the bottom floor transfers to the second floor. So the power and fame is Ashlee's closet and bathroom, correct?
That is correct. That is
So that's
correct.
good. Your jewelry, etc. The middle where the grand
Salon.
salon is, and that goes up to our bedroom. So is that a good space for the bedroom for health?
I think that's a good place for health. I mean, now that I've walked into your room with you, it feels pretty comfortable. You actually have a beautiful, terrace which goes off of your bedroom there. It feels safe there. Your master bed is along this wall, this solid wall along over here, which is good. And the good part is you don't have any plumbing or any major stuff
Right.
along there, which is good. So to answer the question, now also this is also known as the earth energy, which is actually good for both of you. You have actually, for you, Chris, this is a great room because you're literally in the center over here. And for Ashlee, this is very good because earth supports that metal energy. But so to answer the question, I think it's perfectly fine there. And how, well, let me ask you this, how are you two sleeping in this room? I know it's being renovated at the moment, but, I mean,
Not yet. We've been staying in the guest house. So, the guest house is over the garage. So we probably need to see
garage.
yeah, we need to see what energy field that is, RD.
Aha. So that's where you're sleeping at the moment. Well, okay, now that's very interesting. So if you go back to, let me go back, that garage or the bedroom over the garage is in the 4 position, which is the wood energy. Now that's very interesting. The wood energy kind of like is kind of like affects the earth energy. And for the metal energy, you're always chopping down the wood. Like it's like, you're always like, there's always something more to drain you, so to speak. So
So I get, so I'm sorry for interrupting, Adi.
no, not at all.
That's super clear. So getting back to the main room that we are going to eventually move in back
Friday, we move there.
Friday. I know you said that's good for me being earth energy, but just confirming it is good for Ash's metal energy 7.
Oh, absolutely. This center room is
Yep.
definitely great for both of you. Actually, both of you are sleeping in the bedroom above the garage is not good. Actually, now this is kind of interesting. I know you have a couple more days to be out there, but would you entertain the possibility of you two sleeping in this guest room over here? Which is above, I mean, the guest room is all you do is just clean it up a little bit, but maybe I don't know whether the vents are going to be affecting you over here, but see whether that would be much more supportive of both your energies by sleeping in this room over here in the marriage relationship commitment corner, because this is both, number one, this is earth energy. And also the earth supports the metal energy. So this, what I showed you before, let's see, where is it? Right here. Right. See, the earth energy kind of goes in this, like, the 2, 5, and 8 position along over here. So here's the 2, 5, and 8 position. So, but this kind of interesting, where you're sleeping now is not a good place energetically. So if you could entertain the fact just to sleep there until you kind of get the room settled in and see how that affects your chi energy. How about that? Would you consider that?
Well, it's a queen bed, so we'll have to work through things. It's gonna be tight, but if you're gonna tell me that I'm gonna get my buckets out there and catch pennies from heaven, then I'll do it.
Okay. Well, well, let me put it differerly. Our health is really the ultimate best feng shui. And I've already been through it the last 7 years, so I completely understand. It doesn't matter what we do or how we do, but if we don't have good health, then we don't have the clarity or the chi energy to make the appropriate decisions. So anyway, so why don't you think about that? It's going to be temporary anyway, so maybe I mean, how long are you going to be in this house for? A couple of weeks or?
I don't know, probably so, like, most of February.
Right.
Unless a client summons us, which I've been manifesting, and then if that happens, then we gotta hit the road.
Okay.
When the client calls, I answer on the first ring, RD.
Okay.
So Adi, again, it's great then on health-wise for Ash to sleep in the bedroom that is going to be our main bedroom. So that's great.
That would be good. That would be fine.
And then on our offices,
Yeah.
I know you suggested switching, but based on, as Ash said, she does have a very masculine, male,
Right.
sort of fatherly energy. Are these offices conducive to both Ash and I creating wealth, or should one of us, it's not the right space to succeed in business?
Oh, um, my initial reaction, I think where you're at right now seems perfectly fine. But actually, I mean, would you mind kind of walking me around Ashlee's office and then let's go around your office one more time? Do you mind doing that? I'm gonna stop the screen share and let's take a look at that.
Okay,
Okay,
so that's the front of the house.
that's the front of the house. And there's your couch and there's the fireplace. And how is it for you sitting there, Ashlee, sitting at your desk?
Ash,
Yes.
how do you feel sitting at your desk?
It's all right.
It's all right?
Yeah, mostly just the air quality I'm struggling with. It's nothing energetically.
Oh, okay. I mean, it seems now it's actually now kind of interesting. So from the entrance to Ashlee's office, we use that as so now let's look into Ashlee's office. So Ashlee, you are literally in the wealth and power corner. So now we're putting the bagua just within this space over here. So you are sitting in the right location within your own office because you also have, as you say, you get to see what's going out the front of the house. You see the door, to where Chris is standing, so you know who's coming in and out. You have complete control of what's happening over here. So no, this is definitely a good, and you don't feel constricted to go in and out of your office. I mean, out of your desk there, right?
No, not at all.
Good. Okay. So I think that's fine. Let's just keep you as is. So now let's go to your office, Chris. So we go down here, down the hall here. And this is, right, that's looking in the main space. Because you're on the opposite side.
Yes.
And this is your space here. So now, how is it for you sitting in your desk, Chris? I feel as though are you a little bit constricted to get into your desk?
No, I actually like it. I feel very secure and safe. And I like having the solid walls behind for the
Yep.
feng. And I
That's
love looking
good.
at all in the daytime and
Right.
looking at the
At the
low
yeah.
from outside. I really like this, especially in the daytime when I'm working.
Okay, okay. Earth energy. Are those crystals inside those lamps? Is that what I see there? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love it. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Beautiful. So this what kind of comes to me, might be something interesting to entertain. Would you like to get a little something red energy in your room? Like getting a red chair or a red pillow, or because red is a fire energy and red really enhances the earth energy. So I mean, now I'm looking at, if you look at the colors of your room, I have to say it's nice, but it seems very, I feel as though you need a pop of a good color. What do you think about red, Chris?
Well, it is the year of the dragon, so look,
Right.
I'll do anything to live healthy and happy with Ash and make money. So I'm very open-minded. I will say this: many years ago, when I was working with the Feng Shui master that time, we
Right.
had in our company colors, it was this orange color with silver,
Okay.
and he said, "You can't do that. Your color is blue."
Oh,
Whatever. So I put blue in, and followed and did some things very literally that he told me to do. And literally the business went from struggling to very significant success in 90 days. It was very dramatic. So but
Okay.
I'm open to red, but he said to me, and that was back then, and people change and they grow, and that was 20
Correct.
odd years ago. And I was different, I was more aggressive. But he said, you've got too much fire in you back then.
Oh, okay.
Said that then. So he suggested blue, but I'm open to red. If red's going to make me money and help Ash with that, and me be healthy in our relationship, I will do red or anything.
Okay. I don't know why I feel like it'd be really great to get some red in your room or a red chair. Maybe just change your chair to a nice red upholstered chair, which is really comfortable. Or I don't know, or maybe a beautiful piece of red artwork in your room or something like that.
Well, last year I got this box from Fendi that's a red Chinese New Year box, and I think I
Okay.
might there so we can just have a little pop of something with the red and the gold and just see what that brings. Some fresh in here, because I gotta tell you, it feels very tranquil in here now the way it is.
Anyway, some red energy, that's what comes to me. That would be really great. And, whatever way that you feel like adding in the red into there. Obviously, I'm not asking you to change the whole room into red. I'm just like pops of red into that energy field would be really great. And then anything else is coming to mind? And maybe you have beautiful plantings in the rest of the house there, but how about some green plants in your room? Like an orchid or some bamboo or or maybe just like a beautiful tree plant, that's a potted tree plant in your room. That would be really great.
Okay, so physically in this office, he needs a plant.
That's right. And well, actually, I was also thinking about the same for you too, Ashlee. Maybe get some green plants into, small green potted plants, into your room. That would be really great. Would you be open to doing that?
Probably not, Artie.
Okay.
I'm not getting any plants in there. I got the plants out the window and stuff. I just don't want any more things in there like that.
Okay.
If it was like guaranteed to do something for me, I would, but the space doesn't really have room for a plant.
Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, because that's not working.
Yes.
Now this is kind of interesting. Let's go to the wealth and power corner, meaning your breakfast room in the kitchen.
Okay.
Let's see if there's anything there that we could do. And the little dog's following, very sweet.
They always follow Ash.
Okay, so we're literally in the wealth and power corner.
We've got the orchid, the live plant in here.
Yep, you do have plants
You know what?
here.
I'm gonna put an orchid in my office. I'll do that.
Okay, that would be nice. Having an orchid in your office, that'll be nice. Now, talk to me about this painting that's on the wall there. What does that mean to you?
That's just the TV. It has just a digital art up there. You can change it to anything you want.
Oh,
It's a TV.
We could have a red piece, we could have a blue piece, we could have whatever you want on that wall.
I
Easy.
would like to add almost like water energy or green energy on that.
It's now water and a green field.
Oh, okay.
Get close so he can see it. I have it on that now already.
He's talking about water though,
No,
not
he's
water
not.
paint.
It doesn't move.
Oh, I see it. Okay. Got it. Oh, so you can change this painting, is that right?
Yeah, it's a TV.
Oh, wow. Okay. Um, hmm. Would you, I'll throw this out. Would you paint that wall a green? No.
Never.
Okay.
The whole room would lose its entire scape if I painted that wall green, and green is not my, anytime I've ever had green, I made no success with like,
Oh, that's so interesting.
I had a green office and I couldn't even work in there. I hate the color green.
Okay, okay. Um.
Don't like that.
Well, I have to say, I don't know what else more to say then. I'm just kind of like, um, I don't know whether I'm helping you. Oh, please.
Can I ask you some questions then? So based on the house, I think you said last time the overall foundations of the property have solid energy, yes, to good energy.
That is correct. The overall property, the bones of the house feels good. I mean, and we've already talked about your offices, so we'll just keep it as is. And also I understand where both of your energies are. It feels right for me where you are. And I suppose, and where, I suppose, where you sleep obviously is going to make a big difference, when you get settled into that main bedroom. That
That
would
was
be,
the big aha. That was the big aha for us, is that sleeping in, can you, the shaking energy, bring it way down, please. That was the big aha for me, RD, was that we're sleeping in the wrong space.
right, right. So,
That bed is green and I can't stand that green energy of that, well, just even thinking of it. The bed
Oh.
we're sleeping out there is green.
oh, you mean the bedroom that's above the garage? Oh, that's so interesting. Oh,
Like I
so,
feel great with blues.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, if you can move into that guest room for now until you're, hopefully the ventilation will take care, but move into that room and see how you feel.
Okay. I might just go ahead and just get the mattress moved from the guest to the, because the new mattress is gonna go out there. I'm gonna move that one in there. I may just have to move it just quicker, but it's just TBD with the air quality, I don't want to get sick from the air
Right.
quality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, anyway, well, I don't know what more I can say for you at the moment about your home. I think we've kind of gone through and
So
That was very good, RD.
it sounds like, RD, that again, the home foundations are good for a lot of things, including health and wellness and relationship and money.
absolutely.
Seems like Ash has done a good job on the renovations around different things that she's chosen slowly. And it sounds like one of the key elements is moving into the main bedroom to be settled in the house once and for all.
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, did you sleep in that bedroom before you started changing the events, or, oh, you haven't been there yet? Oh.
We stayed there only 2 nights. Out of the 6 weeks we've been here, we stayed there 2 nights. That's it.
Oh, I think you'll be so much better when you get into that main space.
Yeah,
Oh
this was a
gosh.
big aha for us that you told us that the guest house was terrible.
Yeah, I never felt settled having a shower in my bathroom, walking through the kitchen to go to the guest house every night.
Oh my, oh no.
And the head of the bed, so obviously the front of the house where I'm pointing,
Right.
and the bed head is pointing towards the west, and I feel comfortable with the bed pointing west. The bed pointing to the north, the head pointing to the north over the guest house doesn't make me feel good.
Oh, that is so interesting. Right, I'm looking at the floor plan of your guest house, so I see where the bed is located. Oh, and actually, now that's kind of interesting because the two of you in that bedroom, energetically, your house is behind you. So you're not in full energy control over your property. So you're literally on this, let me go back to your floor plan here. So, yeah, right. So here you are, right, you are looking away from your home rather than looking towards the home. So, and obviously, you couldn't put the bed you can't switch the bed because that's the entrance into the into the thing. So, anyway.
And you're right, with the bed positioned in this house that way, it's the right feng shui for Ash, who likes to monitor the house. It's an easy looking that way for her to look at who's coming in the hallway, who's coming.
Absolutely.
So
I
good,
love it.
it's good feng shui for her protection.
Absolutely.
I love that Juliet balcony where I can see right out. I love it.
Right. Absolutely. Right. Talk about, in a way, that is one of the principles of feng shui, of course, is having the mountains behind us to give us the support. And we are open to all the energy. Basically, it's all about being in control over seeing what's everything in front of us. And you're in that little house. Number one, you're out of control because you're in this little cubicle upstairs in another piece of the property, so to speak. And so anyway, but we do understand.
So RD is today I worked out that the grand salon, the middle room, had the health energy because I was having a mass cell flare up, and I went in there and I worked the rest of the day, and I had no more mass cell for the rest of the day in that center room of the house, the health room, the grand salon.
Okay, can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
So I was having a mast cell flare up, and I decided to work in that grand salon middle room. So I worked out that was the health room today when I was in there. It just was like all of the itching. I mean, I'm getting a little irritated, but it was, it was good for me. It was just, I could feel that was a better place.
That was a good place for you. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Your bedroom, the place of healing each night.
So is the dining room, what's the dining room stand for again?
Family.
The dining room is in the family area. That's like spring wood energy. That's like the family coming together. I mean, and I have to say, I just love that piece of artwork of the circle, because the circle is having circle in the square is heaven on earth. Oh my God. I mean, you're definitely intuitive to, what you did do in that piece of art. I think it's great.
I really had to fight the interior designer on that. She did not want to hear me, and I just knew it was the thing to do.
Can I make it just an idea? So that painter and that beautiful circle and that artwork of the moon, those textures, getting the artist, commissioning the artist to do a version of that in red over the fireplace of my office.
Oh. My gut feeling says no.
I say no, it opens up almost like a portal, and I wouldn't want to put a red
No.
ever
Believe it or
near
not,
a fireplace. I mean, that's literally like a portal. I wouldn't create that.
actually, I'm almost tempted, Chris, to get a really nice red chair. I'm a red upholstered chair, or a really
Get him
nice.
a red blanket, drape it over his chair. He can sit in it like a throne.
Exactly. That's what I
Get
feel
into
like.
red underwear and that.
That's right.
He can wear all red and red underwear and a red chair. And let's see if he's ready to go.
Oh, actually, no, that's very interesting. That's what I recommend for some of my clients. If you have a very important meeting, especially you, Chris, wear some red underwear. Nobody has to know. You know, you are going to be truly supported. I mean, earth and fire really go well together. So anyway, right, you don't need to wear a red suit or anything. But
So
some red.
what's my color? Because I was getting ready, I'm going to a black tie event and I need to really put on the dog. It's a Southern saying. And I already ordered a couple of red dresses for this. I was just feeling it today, really bizarre that I was feeling that.
Oh, actually, red is not good for you, Ashlee. I mean, you can wear pieces of red, but you know,
What's good for me, Artie?
what's good for you? Well, what's good for you, and I think is metallic, like silver or gold, blues is really very good for you. I mean, in a way, I see like a beautiful mermaid. You know, you're a mermaid, and you know you'll be shimmering. You don't need to exude. It's not like the Chinese, you know, with the red, you know, with the red gown and whatever. You don't need to do that. I think because you already have that chi energy from within, that you are, you know, you're the master, so to speak, of the company. So, you know, I think, but to answer the question, the colors for you, I think of, you know, like beautiful silvers or maybe some golds, maybe blues, metallic, you know, those type of fabrics would be really fabulous on you.
I love it. And tell us any watch outs. Do you see any watch outs in this house? Are there any rooms that just aren't congruent with us?
Oh, that's not congruent. No, I mean, you did mention that you felt a little constricted in your closet area, but I didn't feel anything really wrong or, you know, affecting you that way. I think that's
Well,
just,
I will tell you, based off what you said, in that left corner, I had created a red corner. I took all the red things except for two and moved them to the other side, and it opened up the energy. So I'm just gonna get the rest of the red out, and I'm just gonna have it all be blues, nudes, and whites in that
yes.
corner. And we get that rest of that red out because it was like really was pinging there. And you know, I love red. Anytime I wear red, RD, I just rule the school. When I'm in a pageant, I wear red, I get perfect 10, boom, boom, boom. So I shut them down in red, but I don't necessarily get my way in interpersonal communication with the red. It's too much for the person that may be having a TRT with me. So, you know, you're right with the softer colors, I can make people feel less intimidated. So, but you know, I'm going to start wearing red underwear.
Okay, that'll be fine. They don't have to know.
I'm telling you. You know, I had Chris wearing orange underwear for about 3 years. When he was going through a time and I had him wearing so much orange. I had an orange silk mask he was sleeping in. Remember when I bought you all that orange? You know, and then of course he loves Hermes orange, which is great for me.
Great.
Yeah. We'll get you in the red. That's a root chakra energy.
Yep.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. So,
Anything else you see, RD, that we need to know?
to answer the question, no, I don't. I think this is a wonderful time with you. I got to know you much better. I see your space. You are literally in your space. And I hopefully, you know, helped you, I hope.
Yeah,
I
well,
hope.
we're looking at getting another apartment in New York. We definitely want to send you the floor plan to this apartment for our next session, okay?
Okay. Oh, I would appreciate that, definitely.
So we would love it. We're looking at this apartment. Of course, we want you to look at it before we get into any type of contract with it. But it feels very good. I mean, we went there yesterday and it felt really great.
Oh, good. Good, 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 good.
Feeling my way through
Yeah.
through life. I'm pretty good at it.
If you
But-
need help in, I'm if you need any, like a blessing for your East Hampton home to try to let it go,
Yes,
maybe do a little blessing with you and kind of bless that home. I mean, just to kind of like really let it
yes.
go. So that's something for you to consider.
We would definitely like to do that. Are we able to do that remotely and
No,
not?
we can do it remotely. Actually, I have done that, especially during the COVID. I had to learn to do it remotely, but oh yeah, I can easily guide you. I can, I can help you prepare, and then you can do whatever you need to do, prepare, and then I'll help you kind of guide through it. That'll be fairly
Well,
easy.
we're gonna be remotely from the house too. We can't go to the house.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
we
yeah.
can go there, but we prefer not to in the dead of winter.
yeah. Whatever.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
Okay, well, we'll send you the floor plan to the Hamptons and to this apartment, and then you let us know we can jump back on with you.
Okay, that would be fine.
And
And
RD, how am I gonna pay you? Am I gonna send you Venmo or what?
oh, you do Zelle? Do you do Zelle? I can. I can send you an invoice and I'll just put the Zelle and my email address and then,
I don't have Zelle. I only have Venmo or a wire or that's all.
Venmo, I can do Venmo. I
Okay,
can do,
perfect. Awesome. I love it because I can do Venmo in seconds to you.
and I would love to send you a copy of my book.
Oh, we would love that, RD.
Wonderful.
So I'll send it to your Palm Beach address. How about that?
I love it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
This is a book that got published in 1996.
Wow.
It's
Oh,
I can't believe it was one of the first Feng Shui books, and it's a hardcover photography book of the homes that I've done.
oh, cool.
Beautiful.
So I'll definitely send you a copy of my book.
Oh,
Love
we
that.
love that. Now make sure you write something nice in there, like health and wealth be yours forever and ever.
I will do that. Definitely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
So I have to ask you again. How did you find me again? I knew you told me, but
My friend Ildi Picard,
Ildi Picard.
several of her clients go to you, and I don't know the clients' names, but she had a whole handful of people that have seen you throughout the years and said you were the best.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. I was just kind of curious.
You manifested us, RD. You manifested us, okay?
Well, I'll tell you, I am truly, truly grateful. So let's close and do a close with a little blessing. How about that? And just relax and just breathe gently. Clear our minds. Open our hearts. And let's just visualize that we're gathered together in this beautiful Chinese gazebo on the side of the mountain in China, just overlooking the calm blue waters beneath us. And you can see the mountains in the distance giving us the support. They're known as the Turtle or the Tortoise Mountains, the Dragon and Tiger Hills on each side. And here we are in this beautiful sacred space, the Ming Tong or the Bright Hall. So let's just close with blessings, good health, prosperity, with the ringing of the bells. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. The six true words, just welcoming compassion, kindness, good health, prosperity, and gratitude. And gently can rub your hands together, awaken the chi cells. Compress your face. And gentle little tap, 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 tap. And tap along your arms, along the meridians, and our shoulders, and our organs. Tap dance on the earth. And a shake, 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 and a nice stretch. Yes! Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, RD. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure to hang out with you. It really was.
Loved it. Thank you so much. We'll speak to you soon, okay?
Okay, we'll speak to you later.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.